My favorite album that came out in 2020 was Folklore by Taylor Swift. 2020 was just a really weird year for all of us with the pandemic, so it was nice to have my favorite artist come out with an album that was so beautiful and so relatable. My favorite song on this album is My Tears Ricochet because it is lyrical genius.
The album that got me through 2020 is probably Punisher by Phoebe Bridgers. I love the album because there's some upbeat songs, but then there's also some really good songs you can cry to. We all know 2020 was a hard year, and so sometimes a good cry is really helpful. My favorite song is probably Moon Song, but other songs like Punisher and Chinese Satellite are really good songs.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth, and the album that helped me get through 2020 the most, I would say, is How to Leave Town by Car Seat Headrest. This was the year that I graduated from high school, so leaving town was a very real thing for me. This is the first time I'd lived anywhere other than Murfreesboro, and the themes of moving on to the next phase in your life that are present throughout the album really resonated with me. I would say my favorite song on the whole thing is Beast Monster Thing, and that's probably one of my favorite songs of all time as well. So I highly recommend checking that one out.
I couldn't choose just one, but my favorite albums of 2020 were Lover and Evermore by Taylor Swift. The Lover album was released in 2019, but I listened to it all of 2020. It is so upbeat and has a range of meanings from heartbreak to confidence boosters. My two favorites would be Paper Rings and The Man. Evermore was released in December 2020, and I can't even explain how many TikToks I saw of users just figuring out all the hidden meanings behind the songs and how they intertwine with her older songs. Every song is written so beautifully, and my two favorites would be Champagne Problems and Long Story Short. You should definitely check them out.
The album that got me through 2020 was most definitely the Hamilton soundtrack. Oh my goodness, because I didn't get to see the musical when it first came out in 2016. So I got to see it on Disney Plus when it came out in 2020, and it was phenomenal. I really enjoyed the soundtrack because it was able to complete storytelling without having the actors on the stage. I didn't have to see them with my eyes to be able to really feel the story and feel the song, and feel the weight of everything that was being said, and I really enjoyed that aspect. My favorite song is probably One Last Time because the actor's portrayal of George Washington in the musical was so great, where now I like George Washington, or at least that version of George Washington. So I really like any song that had him in it, and that song was his best.